There was no crime scene at Manhattan Beach. By the time I tracked down Detective Maxwell at the station house, I knew something was wrong. Dead wrong. I didn't mention Elizabeth Short, but I did tell him about my call. He looked at me like I was crazy. He hadn't called. The Biltmore was closed, and I had no leads on where Elizabeth Short might be, so I sat, and I waited, and I worried. She never showed for lunch. I had no proof, but I knew Winslow was involved in all this. And I didn't like that thought. I didn't like it at all. Has Elizabeth Short been in here recently?
Not since the night you was here. Not your lucky night, I guess. She left with another guy.
What did he look like?
I'm not sure as I can recall. And most nights she leaves here with the guy. Surprised she didn't just leave you a key.
You're sure you don't remember this guy?
I don't know. My memory's still kind of fuzzy.
Your memory is gonna make me broke.
Yeah, I seem to recall a guy come in here and put the moves on your girl. Blonde guy. Real stuffy. Liked to smoke these, black cigarettes. She left with him.
Do you have any idea where he was taking her?
What's it worth to you?
Sorry, pal. Bank's empty.
The wells run dry, huh? Well, I guess I can't say as I remember where he was taking her.
Key to what?
Are you naive or are you just stupid?
Maybe both. So humor me.
What kind of keys do women leave for guys in hotel bars?
Forget it, pal. I've got more important things to do than talk in circles with you.
No skin off my back, Jack.
She give out keys to her room often?
Often enough to keep a locksmith in business.
I don't suppose she would have left one with you.
Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't.
Can you get me into her room?
Could be. What's in it for me?
Ah, nuts. I don't even know if you can get me in or not.
You'll never know, buddy, now will you?
Yeah, well, at least I won't go broke trying to find out. Are there any spare keys to Elizabeth's room?
Maybe she left one with me. But I'm not running a charity here. What's in it for me?
This could be. Can you get me in or not?
I might get in trouble if I did. Oh, that's nice. I can't get you in right now. Come back later. I'll see if I can't find a spare key for you.
Tell me about this guy she left with again.
You all right? He was a blonde guy. Real stuffed shirt, liked to smoke these black cigarettes. She left with him.
Do you know if she's been back to her place?
She hasn't.
How would you know?
Because she ain't been up in her room, that's how.
How would a guy like you know where her room is?
Because she lives right upstairs in 201. Hey, what's that supposed to mean, a guy like me?
A looker like Elizabeth isn't gonna waste time with the likes of you.
Come on in.
Afternoon, Detective. Who's your friend?
That's Detective Vernon. Where have you been since last night?
Cruising Beverly Hills? I thought I might settle down out there, you know. Maybe break into pictures.
You ain't been to see your girlfriend yet? The one you was telling me all about over lunch?
You mean Elizabeth Short?
Oh, shucks, John. He's got so many girlfriends, he's not even sure which one we're talking about.
Can't he speak? Maybe you should tell me what this is all about, Detective.
Just tell us where you went after you left the station house last night.
Say, he does speak. You train him yourself?
Cut the wisecracks, Pearson, and answer the question.
I'm not answering anything until you tell me why you're playing hardball with me, Detective.
It's about the short girl. We found her this morning in an abandoned lot. She'd been cut in two. Some sadistic bastard took his sweet time torturing the girl before he butchered her.
Oh, good Lord.
Right now, you're our prime suspect, wise guy. So now that we've got the pleasantries out of the way, you mind telling me where you went after you left the station house?
I was following up leads on my own investigation.
What investigation would that be? You see, I did a little investigating of my own. After we talked, I put in a few calls to some boys I know in the military. State Department claims you haven't worked for them for months.
My arrangements with the State Department have been pretty loose. I hunt war criminals for them. My men go straight to the Nuremberg tribunals.
Yeah? There are a lot of Nazis roaming around L.A.?
I already told you. I'm tracking a former SS agent.
Oh yeah, that's right. X9. I forgot you were after the boogeyman. Let's quit crying wolf. You're holding out on me. You can tell me now, or I can take you down the station house and let Vernon take a crack at you. I guarantee you'll tell us then. So start talking. Where did you go after you left the station house?
Listen, you've got the wrong man. You want a man named Winslow. If you'd listen to my warnings, Detective, Elizabeth Short might be alive right now.
Don't try to tell me how to do my job. I've put in 22 years here. I've seen some pretty nasty things, but nothing like that sick son of a bitch did to the short girl.
Winslow is a cold-blooded murderer.
A cold-blooded murderer I could live with. This is something else. The guy cut her up, and he looked like he had fun doing it.
Winslow did it! I'm sure of it.
I checked around on this Winslow. No one's heard of him. No one's seen him. As far as anyone's concerned, Winslow never existed. But plenty of people have seen you, so let's try this again. Where did you go after you left the station house?
I was doing your job.
Watch the mouth, asshole.
One more time, Pearson. Then I let Vernon tap dance all over your face. Where were you last night?
He was with me, Detective.
Where are you?
He's not...
It's all right, Jim. I can handle myself. I'm Alice Casey. I'm staying in room 311.
All right, Miss Casey. Let's say he was with you. Can anyone else corroborate this?
Alice,
I said it's okay, Jim. Such a gentleman, always trying to protect my honor. I'm afraid there is no one else to corroborate. We were alone. What we were doing doesn't exactly lend itself to company.
There's something fishy about all of this. Doing my job, huh, Pearson? Don't even think about leaving town. That goes for the both of you. We will be back. Come on, John. Let's shove off.
What? You're gonna let him off the hook just like that?
I got my reasons. Let's go.
Did I do all right, Jim?
Alice, you were amazing. That was some damn fine acting. I think Mr. Goldman ought to be begging to put you in his picture.
I did do all right, didn't I?
You were great. Why did you protect me? It's not going to give you anything but grief.
I couldn't just stand by and do nothing while they beat you. I just knew you could never have done what they think you've done. But I'm sure you know who did, and you've got to catch him.
If only it were that easy. Winslow's as clever as he is ruthless. He'll be a difficult man to track down.
Won't you please tell me about it? Maybe I can help somehow.
This isn't play acting.
You can't do this alone, Jim. It's far too great a job for one man. Let me help you.
It's too dangerous. I could never let you get in harm's way.
Well, maybe I can help in some other way. I could set up interviews. I could make phone calls. I know I'm new at this, but maybe I can think of some new leads. Two heads are better than one.
I must be going crazy.
Does that mean I can help?
All right, you can help.
You won't regret this. Well, where do things stand?
Well, I have some solid leads on how to track down the Black Dahlia, but as for Winslow, that's another matter. I have no idea what alias he's using, where he's hiding, what he's planning to do next. The only lead that I have is a crate of his that I traced from the train to a movie studio soundstage, but it's a closed set.
A movie studio? Say, that reminds me, did I
Now's not the time to be thinking about the picture business, Alice.
No, it's not that, Jim. It's just that when I came by, before I knew the detectives were here, I came to tell you some exciting news. Congratulate me. You are looking at the new script girl for RKO Studios. I start today.
RKO? Isn't that where King Productions is filming?
Why, yes, I believe it is. It looks like my good fortune's working for both of us already. I can get you on the set. I'll stop around later and leave a pass.
This is wonderful. I may have underestimated you.
Bet you won't make that same mistake twice. Oh, look at the time. I've got to get going. Don't want to be late for my first day. See you later, Jim.